Beep bop. It's always me. Okay, well, welcome to the robot colony. But yeah, welcome. Today is again Frame Fatales. It's an online all-female speedrunning event. And I am just here temporary because the schedule had to be pushed off by an hour, so I suggested to do Sekiro any percent IS glitchless because I pretty much showcased everything I could possibly do on Sunday. So I hope you guys enjoy this. I am actually running on the current patch, so I'll be doing glitchless and current patch. I think current patch is a bit scary, but I also have Bree here.
Hello.
Hi. She'll help me commentate. So I think you have tried speedrunning this game so far.
Yeah, so I actually started doing this category specifically about a weekish ago, and yeah, it's been a lot of fun so far. It's actually my first experience speedrunning, and it's been an experience, we'll say, but a lot of fun. I'm excited to do this with you today.
I'm happy. I had like Miku last time, you this time, so it's cool to have that many like female runners, I guess. So it's cool, especially for Sekiro.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Oh yeah. So for the IS is Immortal Severence. It is one of the 4 endings. Last time I showed the purification ending. That was very long, all memories beads, and I also did the Shura ending. This is the IS ending. So yeah, let's get into it. Sure. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
So to repeat what IS stands for, it is the Immortal Severance ending. It's one of the longer endings in the game and has some additional boss fights, which make it really interesting.
And the cooler one because
cooler one.
the Sword Saint is so much cooler, I must say.
He is. He was a beast to learn, that's for sure.
Oh yeah. I think I was there quite often with Chi Engine on, so I can just practice him for like an hour straight because Spear Phase is quite scary, and because of this current patch, you can't actually skip one of the Spear Phases, so one more reason why this might be a bit scary compared to the old patch.
Definitely. And then with speedruns, you're really not getting a lot of the necklaces that increase your posture, and he just has some combos that are quite scary if you don't block correctly.
Okay, this is Kuro. He's pretty much our mini lord. And he actually has a power. I think he's one of. Oh god, I wish I knew more lore. Vati should curry up and get some more Sekiro lore out there. But we pretty much got revived, all of that, and we're trying to help him because he has a power of immortality, which some people might try to abuse. And I might mess up here and there. The problem is with like glitchless categories, you have to fight Gyoubu. You have to fight, let's say, a few other bosses differently, and I'm not used to that anymore. I did luckily practice a bit yesterday. However, I think Brie has probably practiced more than I have.
Yeah, I've been doing this category just all on its own, and you've done a lot more with the other categories. And Gyoubu himself has a lot of strange hitboxes. I think a lot of that is born from the directional deflection in this game, and he's got some 360 attacks, and he's quite interesting.
Oh yeah, we also did the bullfight. But I did fight the bull in all memories as well. So he's not an issue, but I think Gyoubu and Ashina came back because the fight's much more difficult in this category. And I was like, wow, I suck suddenly. I'm so rusty.
They're
It's the kind of
really
sad part.
the early game for this run is actually pretty brutal. Like I
Yes,
said,
definitely.
I haven't been doing a lot of speedruns, so my reset experience really comes from no hit. But speedrunning is so different, and the early game in this game seems just so mentally taxing.
I mean, luckily no Gyoubu skip because I have a tendency like 50% to mess up.
50%. I think when I thought about doing that for a different category, and I think maybe if I was lucky, I was getting it like 1 out of 6 tries. But then again, I'm not very good at
Okay, so
skips.
for that, it's all about the timing of when you actually jump.
Yeah, the delayed jump is actually quite difficult to pull off. It looks easy, but it's hard.
I'm all be a bit slow here just because I really don't want to die here.
Yeah,
There's
and
some pretty bad attacks.
Ogre's hitboxes just don't really make that much sense.
No, especially the perilous attacks where he's like, oh, 2 seconds, I'll grab you.
I've had so many instances where I should have been grabbed and I haven't, and then others where it's like, I don't know what I did wrong.
Okay, next up is Snake. Now, we won't be doing Snake Express, sadly. I miss that. But supposedly there's also a different, more difficult Snake Skip, which I find looks less exciting. I think it saves quite a lot of time, so I'll probably have to learn that at some point. Now, first engaging with the snake. It's not too difficult. You can go into the hut over there, which is a casual route that you normally do. It's also kind of interesting, you have to, if you press to the side here, you actually do go a bit faster, which is really important because otherwise the snake will see you early on. Jump there. And we're gone. Oh, Gyoubu.
Always makes early game interesting.
Yeah, I will get the idol, just in case.
I think that's a good idea.
I've been watching like Miku do Gyoubu, and she's so fast at them, but she's been practicing a lot.
She has been. She's really good at the perfect deflects and really just timing her attacks really well. She's very talented.
And here I am trying to learn Gyoubu skip. Okay, let's see how this fight goes. You can always explain if you want to. I have nothing to explain for this fight besides deflect, possibly.
Okay. Yeah, so I guess the most interesting aspects about this fight in regards to speedrunning is he has a couple attack patterns that can be kind of frustrating. So he has a tendency just to run off into the nether, and it's really annoying because it's difficult to actually get any attacks in during this time when you can really prolong the fight. So that's one thing we try to avoid.
Like here, you definitely want to grapple, otherwise he does a really, really bad attack that is really annoying to dodge.
Yeah, and once in a while, the grapple just fails, unfortunately, and he's got a couple really scary combinations he can follow up with that are really difficult to do much with.
Always follow him. I also just stay to his left side sometimes because there is like a small spot that he will try to attack, but it actually misses, which is really nice.
Yeah, that's a really nice safe pocket.
Like right here. Oops. I always can't decide, do I lock on or not?
Yeah, for this fight, it's all a personal preference. I've decided that lock on is just the comfiest for me, just with his 360 attacks. But you are really
I always
good
switch,
at the
but I get confused sometimes.
Yeah. And he's got some weird rotation. I've noticed that with a lot of the fights in this game, actually. They have some attacks that they can swing around.
Wait! Oh, we didn't do Gyoubu skip. Okay, Horsey lives. Okay, chat's gonna be happy.
That was a really good fight. Look at that.
Yeah, I'm happy because it
Talking
didn't.
about having practice.
It didn't go so well last time.
And then, do you pick up prosthetics and get the skills
I
for
do,
your
I
butt?
do.
Okay.
I do. I'm doing casual. I'm doing everything casually.
Hey, that's okay. I have not picked up the no prosthetics or no skills yet. I think that's going to be the next step for me, but it definitely changes a lot of the fights, especially without the
Yep.
security.
Also gonna kill a small rat there because I do want double Ichimonji. I'm just so used to it for like Ishin and stuff like that, but I didn't want to last minute learn different strats for it, so
Yeah, I can't imagine. I think that's going to be the most difficult fight to learn without the Kiri is going to be the Ishin, because I think you're just going to have to learn to perfect deflect a lot of his
yeah.
attacks. All right. Probably the most interesting encounter in early game.
Early game for sure. Oh, almost dead.
And then as you can see, she's really focusing her attacks on the head of the bull. You're going to get a lot more damage and posture buildup if you're focusing in these areas rather than hitting him on the side. Very beautiful fight, Sayvi. That was wonderful.
Well, I think because this actually current patch, it's didn't the bull get nerfed to some degree?
He did, yeah. Quite a bit, actually.
So that really helps. Plus, I also use sugar. That gives me, I think, an extra 12.5% AP increase.
That Akos is really nice. That was one thing that I've been focusing on a lot more for speedrunning is how much you're relying on your buffs and your sugars. It's really cool.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You get to learn the game a lot more intricately.
I mean, especially if you do like Ishin, for example, with like, say, oh, I went this way. For example, with like the Yasha sugar, yeah, because that gives you even a bigger buff. Like the fight is so much faster then.
It's interesting because I'm not worried. Yeah, I was just gonna say I'm never really worried about dying, and like it's not very often that you are gonna take damage just because you do learn the fight so well. But anytime I use a Yasha sugar, it just adds this element of terror, and I'm like, it's the same, just play the same. But it's always a little scary.
Oh yeah, because you still get one shot. Like it doesn't matter just because your HP like gets halved. With the amount of beads you have, you still get one shot anyways. So,
Yeah,
but it's still scary.
Like, it is. And I like this though. You have a different route than me. So you do monkeys, and then do you go back for Genichiro?
Oh no, because I'm doing a very peachy strat.
Okay.
I am pretty much getting the idol right before Roberto.
Oh yeah, I
I'll be
guess you
picking
can't do
up-
monkeys yet.
Yeah. So because I do this, I do pick up an extra gourd seed.
Oh, that's
Plus,
awesome.
I can just go down to a temple, so I pretty much that's all the gourds I will have at the end, but just for like early game, in case I need it.
That's very fair.
Yeah, we're gonna kill the bull, the monkeys. The monkeys don't actually die; they just go back into the paintings, I believe. The horse lives. Trying to think. Yeah, the snake also lives. I think we're doing good on like killing the least amount of animals.
I would say, for my very first playthrough of this game, this area is my absolute favorite. It's just it's so gorgeous. Yeah, I really like the colors.
I think I prefer the one before the dragon.
Oh yeah.
That one's really beautiful as well.
It is. See, it's sad now that we do the little skip of the lightning enemy. You don't really get to see a lot of the really cool parts of the game.
Well, that's where like All Memories was really nice too for a while, but it's such a long run where you can
Yeah,
just like see everything of the game.
if I'm being completely honest, I would love to do all memories, all beads because there are bosses that I've neglected, and there's some that I haven't even beaten yet. Like I hate to admit it, but I haven't even fought Father Owl yet. It's like
Ooh.
people remind me every time. They're like, "So when are you gonna do this?" I need to get on that. You just get sidetracked by so many things.
But Owl's a really cool fight. I mean, like in my first playthrough, oh my god, it was really bad. I think I die a lot in like these type of games because I try to like learn. I don't enjoy having a fight where I can first try something. Now lots of people do come in and be like, oh yeah, I first tried this and this boss, and I'm like, huh? Really? But it's like, what do you learn? You don't learn anything from that.
Yeah, I think that's what we get coming in with a different perspective from challenge running and speed running is we're really focusing on the attack patterns. And I would agree, I like spending time with the bosses, which Ishin, I spent a few hours on him my first playthrough.
I probably spent like 4 or 5 as well. I think I
Yep,
like the
that's
average.
exactly I think that's exactly what I was at too. But yeah, no, Owl in this run is definitely my favorite fight.
Okay, so one sad part about this game is it's not really replayable. So, as in, like the replayability in this game is very low compared to like the Dark Souls games because you can't really change your weapon. However, they do at least give you the arm tools full of prosthetics, like you kind of switch out, but still not the same. But we just got the firecrackers, which is probably one of the most OP prosthetics you can use in this game because it does help with a lot of boss fights.
Yeah, it has a lot of different uses and staggering enemies out of long combos. We'll see that with Genichiro, and it really speeds up a lot of the fights because you can avoid attacks that otherwise take quite a bit of time or effort to deflect. It's really nice.
Okay, I also wait. Give me a second. Yeah, here. I always lost. Like, wait. I think last time I always go the wrong route. So in case I do go somewhere else, just tell me.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot Mikiri. Okay.
Oh yeah, we need that.
Well, last time I went up there, oh my god, that was so bad. I was like, shit, I don't have Mikiri.
It's like that panic moment when I was doing damage lists. The first encounter with Genichiro, you don't have it at that point. And so you kind of forget because you have to switch between the second and third encounters, and then you have to switch back and forth, and that was always troublesome.
Yeah, it's such a different, like, because you're so used to having it, and then you suddenly don't have it, it's just...
Oh yeah.
It's like a habit, and then it's just like, oh, suddenly everything's different.
It's such a flinch reaction, it really is.
Okay, so this category is called glitchless. However, it's a lie.
Hey, we have jumping abilities. We're not doing anything wrong. We're just using our resources.
Okay. And we'll get Genichiro stuck into the wall. Definitely not a glitch. No.
Did you pick up Mikiri?
I did.
Okay.
Oh yeah, the Wu guy is the best guy in the game. Absolutely.
I think most people died to him their very first instance, I would say.
Not a glitch, by the way.
AI manipulation. And I like the combo that you do here, switching between the R1 and the L1. There's a couple different patterns that.
Oh no, this. Okay, I was really confused the first time. This is actually current patch thing.
Oh,
like I can't do it just. Like I can't do it differently.
Oh really? I do the 3 sequence combo.
Yeah, but that's old patch. I'm pretty sure. I tried and I couldn't do it.
He has a habit of breaking out of it with the arrows, which I think is the most frustrating part. But I was able to do it, I think, on my last run. I'm 1.04, correct?
Really? Because I tried and I got so confused because it just wouldn't work.
He does seem to get out of it more. I have yet to learn the alternating pattern that you do. I need to do that. And then for this, this last phase here, as you can see, getting the lightning attacks really speeds this up. So there is obviously a component of RNG, which makes sense. But if he does a couple lightning attacks in a row, it really just trivializes this last phase and can give you a really quick fight. And as we were talking about before, you can see her using the firecrackers, which again gets him out of a really long combo. Good fight. Nice work.
Yeah, not too bad. Yeah, so this category I find a bit iffy. That's why I said, okay, I'm going current patch. So all of you guys watching this current patch, you guys can replicate this. You guys could try tomorrow replicating this. But yeah, there are like certain things we do kind of still cheese and glitch, and the name's a bit
Flexible?
of a meme. Yeah, okay, it's a very flexible interpretation of what's a glitch. Yes,
exactly. Another interesting thing, I don't know if you've noticed this, Sayvi, but there's actually a very precise way of going through dialogue in this game. And it's something that I learned from watching a couple other runners. If you can actually time when you're clicking your button, it actually can speed up or slow down the dialogue segments by like give or take 20 seconds, depending on if you get the delays in it, which I find to be really interesting.
Okay, well, if I have to like save a few seconds, I'll think about it.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at in my run. I have minutes to shave off, so it's like,
okay,
am I gonna focus on that yet? Maybe not.
Probably not worth it just yet. Wasn't it same in DS3? I think so, yes. But based on how you spam A to go through a chat or go through a dialogue is different.
Exactly.
Yeah, perfect frame skips in dialogues. Okay, so he's pretty much telling us where the blade is and we have to like pick up. So normally we talk to him after in like a non-glitch non-glitchless category. We do this work like a bit later on. However, this way at least we can talk to a Nani immediately, so that's nice. Okay, the good part, because it's not glitched, it's a glitchless category, we'll actually kill Roberto in the correct way. So you guys should be happy about that. Okay, I think I have everything, yes. Man, I just started like practicing it last night, like...
It's hard switching between categories too because you do things out of order and
like when do you upgrade? What do you level up? Do you miss something?
Exactly. I can't imagine going through categories like that.
I think we're good. All right.
Well, I don't know. it could be a surprise for everyone.
I think I went Akko. Roberto. Yeah, it's gonna normally fight him. This means parrying pretty much. He's almost dead anyways. And boom.
Have you seen going through here once in a while? I'm not sure what it is about his AI, but he will just stand there and look at you. Have you ever encountered that?
I think I've had that once probably, yes.
I wonder if they were able to patch it, but I had it twice in a couple of my runs where he just stood there. That happens actually quite frequently with a few of the boss fights. I've had Genichiro do that right before the Ishin fight. It's awkward too because you're so reactionary in this game. So it's like, are you gonna do anything? Are you not?
It's like, do I go walk up to him or will he suddenly attack me?
Yeah, like, mortal draw you in the face, and it's like, oh gosh.
So yeah, I got confused there because I normally get the idol and do monkey skip, and I was like, wait a second, I don't need this. Okay, so the rotation is slightly different because we actually come into the normal way, which isn't going to be a huge difference because I can simply set it that way, use good chains, which kind of hides your presence, and the monkeys won't spot you immediately, which is nice. We do have 4 different monkeys. One is invisible behind me. There we go. And then we have another few we have to go through.
See, personally, I like that they integrate boss fights like this that aren't so, you know, aggression-based and kind of just give you a break from the normal fights. I found the fights in this game to be incredibly mentally taxing in the fact that you have to focus quite a bit, and having fights like this in Dragon are actually just kind of refreshing.
I mean, as long as it's not a Pinwheel 2.0, it's fine.
Yes, this is very true. At least there's a little bit of thought that you have to put into monkeys when you want to do it quick.
Yeah, and especially because if you let one of them escape, oh, it's so annoying to find them.
I didn't
So you
know
have
with
to follow
the last
them.
purple one, you can actually get to that area where she jumps down. You can get to it too quickly, and then she actually runs away.
Then she goes backwards, and then if you go too quickly backwards, she'll jump back on again, and she can do cycle back and forth.
Yeah, I had that happen the other day. I'm like, well, there goes all of my time save.
Okay, so we did this. Oh, giraffe. That's one thing we don't fight normally.
Yeah, we have, I would say, arguably the sketchiest segment coming up in the game. Gun forts, I think, is everyone's favorite area.
I always forget what to like level up, but I think we're fine.
I've played around with suppressed presence and a couple other skills, especially with the damageless run. You can kind of avoid a little bit of aggravation from some of the enemies, but for speedruns, it really doesn't make a difference. It really doesn't.
And I think you just level up pretty late anyways. Like the only thing you need is Makili, and then like for ape fight, it might be nice to have a few more emblems. But yeah, like even Snake Eyes you fight differently in current patch because they completely buffed Mortal Draw.
It's so nice. Mortal Draw is amazing now. I'm really happy with what they did with it.
Yeah, so it does a lot. Like we'll be using against we'll be using it for 2 different bosses. You can also use it against Ape, but I haven't really done that strat for a while, so I really love the Ichimonji strat for Ape.
Oh, is that what you do? I'm excited to see that. I never learned that. I just went straight to Mortal Draw. That was something that I had picked up in my other runs. I'm always excited to see the different strats and how they go. Maybe I'll choose to change my own.
I haven't figured out how to avoid that person, especially if you pick up the ashes.
Oh, him? Yeah, it all comes down to timing. But once in a while, even if you think you're doing it exactly right, I feel like they can change up their timing. It feels a little sketchy. But this entire area is.
I hate this. Oh no. Okay, talking about sketchy. I hate this area. Give me snake skip.
Yeah. Alright, so this next area is where it gets even worse.
Hey chat, pray for me. Okay, this is also very sketchy. Okay. RNGesus be with us. Oh?
Yeah, you got a really good attack pattern there. That's
nice.
Good. That was beautiful.
I can still die here, but
I can, but we're not gonna talk about that.
Okay, I think we're good.
I think we're through. So yeah, that segment can be really bad once in a while if you're not, I guess if you're not direct with your pathing. Sometimes these snipers can actually get into this out of sync pattern and they're all shooting very sporadically, and that is that's awful. But if you just run straight through and hope for the best.
Okay, so
Really.
this will be a bit different because we will be using. I think we use Akos. Oh god, I have no idea. Wait. Oh no. Okay, we don't use Akos. That was the strat. Okay, so the strat's a bit weird because you want to throw an Ash and then Moral Draw.
Yeah, so Tom, going through that area, you can use a Goshen sugar, but in this case, it really doesn't make that much of a difference. They're still all going to see you, and unfortunately, there's just an element of RNG a lot of the time. But that's speedrunning.
But yeah, I had to think for that boss fight because you don't fight him anymore, and because of Moral Draw changes, it's very different.
I actually don't use Mortal Draw, and I need to integrate that a lot more.
Can you die here?
You can.
Okay. Because normally you have like underwater something at this point, so I have no idea what to do with the snake.
Generally, if you get to the side like you did and he had already attacked, that's no issue whatsoever. But I have seen him, and I'm not really sure what causes it, where he just delays his attack. But it's
okay.
Yeah, because you get the coin purse and the other sugar underneath the water.
Yeah, because you do Ghost Monk first.
Yeah.
Okay, it's coming over here. Gonna get the idol for the ape afterwards. Yeah, I don't think. Okay, let's level up my HP.
I believe Mortal Draw got the buff in the last patch. It was.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Patch 103. They didn't change too much in 1.04. Or they maybe didn't announce it anymore.
I'm pretty sure what happened was going from 1.02 to 1.03, they had said that they nerfed the bull, but I don't think it got integrated. So okay. I think they released another patch and it actually went through this time, which is like, thanks.
Yeah, Jonathan says bull posture and vitality fixtures.
Yeah, so they had the best intentions with the initial patch. It just wasn't.
It
wasn't executed. What's the world record for this run? Right now, it is sitting at just over 50 minutes. It's 50 minutes and 20 seconds. That is on a down-patched version, though. That's on 1.02, which does change a few boss fights. As Sayvi was talking about, there's certain things that you can do with Ishin to skip some of his scary phases. And then there's also the initial True Monk first phase skip that you can do in that patch. So that does speed it up quite a bit.
Okay, so coming up next is Snake Lady.
Snake Eyes.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
So there are different strats on fighting her. I used to always use Ichimonji, but I don't have double Ichimonji, so we're not going to do that. I want this.
I would say Snake Eyes was the second most difficult NPC fight for me to learn, or mini boss, I should say, in this game. Sorry, it was 50 minutes, 5-0. 15 or 50? Yeah, 5-0.
15 minutes.
I want to make sure we understand that, so we all don't look silly.
Yeah, Moral Draw is way too much damage here.
That is just trivializes it. I love it.
Ichimonji.
15 minutes makes more sense. It does. Just skip the entire game with patch 1.02.
That's gonna happen at some point. Just swim to the end boss. It's somehow gonna trigger. Okay, so again, I don't know. This doesn't really feel like it's 100% glitchless because we'll be using the tree jump before Miss Noble, which I can always debate, is that intended or not? They put the tree right there, probably is intended.
It does kind of feel like that. It's almost like Dark Souls 3 tree skip. Every game needs a good tree skip.
This one's a very small tree, though.
Yeah, that's true.
But here's the tree skip. I mean, a tree is here, you might as well skip it, right?
Some people choose. I don't know how significant this is. I have yet to try it myself. But some people do use Mortal Draw on Miss Noble.
Oh, yeah, because it's so OP. Oh,
I don't know if it's 2 attacks, but you do get the emblems right there. It's something that I have yet to integrate into my run, but it's something I'm going to try very shortly.
I can imagine, because it works so good in like everything else.
I would guess it would probably give you like a 5 to 10 second time save, which can be nice.
It all stacks up at the end.
Yep.
So, yeah.
At first, when I first started running, I'm like, oh, whatever, like 5 seconds, 10 seconds. But I was doing that a lot, and that really accumulates.
Yeah. It's like every segment you have plus 10 seconds, and that's how you're suddenly... Oops. Okay, maybe not this way. Wait, I'm sorry.
These enemies are brutal here. Like, I don't know how many prayer necklaces you actually need in order to survive one of those attacks, but it's really harder than...
Oh no, she's coming again. Leave me alone.
Oh my gosh, she's just... Oh, goodness. I know this is maybe not a popular opinion, but I actually really love this area too. I'm not sure why, but it feels very reminiscent and nostalgic of some older games that I would play, and I like the dark and eerie feel of it, especially because I feel like this game is very colorful, and I don't know, it gives you an entirely different feel. It's nice.
Okay, let's see if I can do this. So I'm going all the way onto the left to trigger the boss fight at the very last second. And then I'm going to use some snaps right here. And then firecrackers. And then probably mess with my jump, so at least you die. I'll do that just in case. Go here, jump. Yep. I don't know why I get this stupid jump every single time. We're fine.
Oh yeah, the baby jump?
I get that every single time.
I do too.
Definitely glitchless, that's what I said. It's a very odd category, so I was like, okay, since I'm doing glitchless and it's like weird from the start, you might as well go current patch just to like go full in. I am going... Oh, neat.
What was that?
I have my splits open so I know where to go.
That's awesome.
This says ape next.
I'm really excited to see the Ichimonji strat for this.
Oh yeah. It's not like hard.
I think you did it in the tournament we were in together, yeah? Or something similar.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think so, I did, yeah.
All the strats were pretty new at that point, so...
I never know if I should level up anything or not. Okay, let's just casually chill here for a second, decide what to level up.
How is this glitchless?
Well, it's a good question.
Like we said, glitchless for this game is exceptionally flexible for the definition.
It's pretty much like nothing out of bounds, like no like out of bounds skips, for example.
Yes.
Okay, so double Ichimonji, and I also want Pacifying Agent. You'll see for phase 2 why I get that. Okay, so Firecrackers, wait a second, double Ichimonji. Might have been a bit too early, let's see. Nope. 2 R1s. Firecrackers, R1. that space.
So scary. The nice thing about that is there is less emblem use compared to the Mortal Draw. But I guess you do use them with firecrackers in the end.
Yeah.
I'm still getting good at, or trying to learn how to use the Mortal Draw effectively to stagger him out of the screams after the initial encounter for phase 2.
Okay, so I used to use Pacifying Agent, so if he does his AoE here, I don't actually get a terror. I don't die from that, so it's kind of nice. I do lose a lot of HP, so I have to be careful about that.
It's one of those things where you know you're not going to die, but it still is a little scary.
That's true. Oops. I know we should use that again. I wanted to use Pacifying Agent again, and I was clicked. So I have like 3 of them, so I might as well keep using them.
Yeah.
I think this was probably like one of the boss fights, so I was like, oh no! Because once you got past the first phase, you're like, shit, he's alive again.
I had the best. I was so happy, I was celebrating, and then...
Oh no!
At least I noticed. And subsequently died.
And it's such a cool concept, but it's definitely scary the first
I think that inspired a lot of like, is the fight over for the rest of the game?
I know! Like, wait, how many things does he actually have? Okay, that was Ape. And Al. So Al is going to look very similar to Genichiro, most likely. We'll find out in a second, but he will...
Let's hope for the good opening attack.
We gotta put him in the corner. Let's see. I think I am good here. Who decides the rules for speedruns? Usually the community does. So they are voted on, and it's mainly the community itself. Which is kind of cool. That's like why speedruns are just really nice, because the community is pretty close-knit on everything. And if there's something like new that's been found, they do share everything, which is cool. And Jonathan does, so are they. I have the lead mods. Okay, so I think I accidentally used one more confetti, so... Well, I still have 2 left, okay. I did pick up an extra one. They even died for it, so... Okay, this is a bit more annoying than, like, Genichiro, because getting him into the corner is really stupid.
And he didn't do a great opening attack either.
Oops. I messed up there. Wait, he's got in the corner. Okay. Fuckers! Intentional death, guys.
Yeah, I am always happy when he does the running horizontal slash, because that one seems like it's the most, the easiest, I suppose, to get him into position.
I usually just end up having to melee him a few times. Because you can just like melee and then just hope that he backsteps or back jumps at some point, and then he usually gets into the corner. It takes a bit long sometimes, but once he's in the corner, he stays there, usually. Glitchless.
I always like to describe this as AI manipulation. explanation.
What even is a glitch? But yeah, that fight used to be like one of the more difficult fights. It used to be like a rotation, which I learned really well, and then the skip came out. Okay, I think it was kind of my fault, but we won't speak about that.
Wait, why was it your fault?
Well, because it happened in my stream once with Al actually. You just happened to get stuck in there. I know that people have found before, but someone shared it with Distortion.
I
So
didn't
Distortion
realize
saw
that.
it, and then it became a thing.
I love that.
And I was like, oh no.
Sayvi's corner.
Yeah. So I put the people who are bad.
Not gonna lie, I do miss that fight a little bit. It is one of my favorites.
I mean, I'm pretty sure someone else would have found it because it was pretty obvious and it probably happened to other people, but still.
I was waiting for FromSoft to patch it and remove the doors, or have like the doors closed or something, and then you open them after the fight. I'm not trying to give you any ideas.
Okay, so the bad thing about speedrunners in lore is we don't do lore, but pretty much you have for the game, in order to complete the game, you have to collect different items to sever the immortality, hence why the ending is called so. One was a flower we got from the ape, one was a stone? Rock?
Yep.
And the third thing, I forgot. Wasn't there like one more thing?
You have to get the blade.
Oh yeah, Moral Blade, sorry, that's like the most obvious one. Because the Moral Blade can actually hurt immortal people. So we're pretty much doing a ritual here, and this will sever the immortality at some point. Okay, time to go to the most beautiful place in this game.
And see just a very tiny slice of it.
That's true.
And then, so we spoke about this a little bit, but this is one of the major differences between patch 1.02 and patch 1.04 for the upcoming boss.
Yes.
You can't skip the first phase, so there are ways around it, as you'll see, but you also, it might be a good idea to learn a little bit about Monk's moveset just in case it happens to fail. But it's not as easy as it once was, because you could just jump in the tree and get a death blow that way like you do for phase 2.
Yeah, so I have 10 ash. I think you only need like 7, however, just make sure.
Just in case, you never know what's gonna happen.
We need that for phase 1, and then phase 2, normal death blow, and then phase 3 is firecrackers.
That's going to be the most difficult thing for me, I think, is learning to do this run without firecrackers if I decide to go the no skills route. That's where a lot of these runs are headed, is doing no prosthetics and no skills, which does obviously require a bit of adjustment.
So I pretty much want to stay behind her, because otherwise she will attack me, and I can attack 3 times if I am behind her. If not, I can attack twice and have to like relocate myself behind her. But that's why I need so much ash. I mean, fighting her isn't like the most difficult thing, however, with this amount of HP, it's pretty scary.
It is. And this does speed it up quite a bit as well.
Yasha, no Yasha, okay, whatever. I just want this fight to be over. 2, 3, and then firecrackers. Still have quite a few emblems, however, it can happen that sometimes she doesn't care about the firecrackers.
Yeah, I even noticed that.
Scary.
And I think that arises even if you're only like 500 milliseconds late on an initial attack. Like it's really kind of sketchy. And then once in a while, she just ignores them completely. I had that happen to me on a run. Like,
Yes.
okay, well,
That's why I think I'll probably. I just did today as well. It's kind of like throwing the firecrackers to like the side. I think that might help slightly. Maybe. Who knows? Or not.
if it makes you feel better.
You might get hit here. Yep. Okay. No, fishy, don't do this to me. I had the fish push me into the corner, and I got stuck there and died.
Somehow made it out of that.
I know. I mean, at least we have a bit more HP, so it's not a complete one-shot.
Yeah.
That's nice. Okay, we're actually pretty close to being done with the game. That one, I thought I was gonna mess up way more, just based on my yesterday's attempts.
Only,
I think Ishin could be a problem because he does one-shot you.
That yet.
Okay, I think we're good.
And
yeah, let's just. Oh, sorry.
A lot of people do choose to rest at that idol there, because there's this weird thing that can happen with the trees in the dragon fights where the grapple point actually doesn't spawn. I don't know if you
yeah, it happens quite often to me.
Yeah, and for some reason, and I don't understand why this would be, but if you rest at that idol, it actually seems to negate that, which I don't really know why. Don't ask me. But so far, I've been doing that every time, and I haven't had the issue anymore. But I used to a lot.
Someone's commenting that we're awfully giggly. You should have seen Sunday's run. Oh my god. That was like a giggle fest, honestly.
What's the world record for this? Pilpa, the world record right now is...
Oh my, you just jinxed it! You jinxed Free!
I promise. Actually, you know what? I don't like making promises I can't keep, but I am like 96.
I think your theory's not good anymore.
Wait, did you rest? But did you rest though?
Oh, maybe. Okay, maybe, okay.
Because you actually have to sit and rest, and oh no.
Okay, maybe your theory's fine. It's not broken just yet. I don't think I understood.
Okay, let's get back to me on that. Not glitchless anymore.
Oh god, I was reading chat. Oops. I don't know what. Wait.
Hardest part of the game is getting this done.
I was reading Jonathan like, oh, standing around not hitting the boss, and I was doing that. I'm just proving his point.
Honestly, sometimes the death flow in this area is super frustrating to get. Alright, there we go. There we go.
Yeah, Jonathan has broke me.
Why are we laughing?
I don't know anymore. Oh, I'm crying too. Okay. Jonathan!
I'm not the only one. This happens quite frequently. Oh, and then another thing that some people choose to incorporate into this fight that I was actually just made aware of, you can use the Akko sugar here. It's really important when you decide to use it, because for it to actually be beneficial and to take its effects, you have to get 2 lightning attacks in during the duration of the 30 seconds that it's active. But if you do that and you are able to get the 2 hits, then it actually reduces 1 attack that you actually have to get from lightning, which is kind of nice.
I think it depends on how much AP you have, because I don't think it worked for me last time.
It does, because I was so proud of myself. I got the 2 attacks in on my last run, and I'm like, wait, why didn't it work? And I forgot to use the memory from Monk, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's probably a problem.
Oh, I guess if you use the memory, because I think I skipped the idol, so I don't actually use it.
Yeah, I've been trying to incorporate it when I rest at that idol, and then obviously I forgot it. But in theory, that does save you maybe a little bit of time. Who knows? Why doesn't Sayvi have a run?
I do.
Yeah.
I think one, not for glitchless, if you're asking about that. I went for the standard ones.
I also recently started to run this category specifically for this.
You mean like yesterday?
You're welcome.
I normally run the actual glitch, like the actual speedrun, not the glitchless. I mean, it's still a speedrun, but I use glitches.
And everyone was like, what is that? It was like the coolest thing.
But you get bored at some point, you know? You gotta make it more challenging.
You gotta spice it up. So how exactly, so I see it there, the grapple points. How exactly do you elicit that? Because
I spam L2.
Okay. I have L2. Okay, that's interesting. I had no idea.
It's grappling L2.
And it just okay. Well,
you have to like, I think spam quickly maybe.
Just education.
It's only like a split second where it does proc. So.
And you know, onto the easiest part of this run for most people. Just kidding. You're gonna do great.
The bad part is just, I've been running all memories, so for such a long time again.
A tank in that
yeah,
run.
I know. It's like, oh, I get hit, whatever. I'll just continue. But here it's just like you don't have that much damage, and you pretty much get one shot. So we'll see. It's like one miss parry and it's like over.
No pressure. None whatsoever. She's done an absolutely fantastic job so far, so.
Yeah, but I mean, Ishin fight's definitely more fun. It's definitely more fun because it's more challenging.
It is. It's kind of funny, you have all these fights in this run where you can kind of trivialize them by using certain items and obviously the prosthetics, and then you get to this and you're like, okay.
Oh, wait. I haven't rested the whole time. Oops. Okay, I'll rest twice just for the dragon because I missed that.
Just in case. She is a professional giggler. That's what we're here for.
I mean, you too.
I know, it's so bad.
Okay, let's get rid of the ash. Okay, I have 3 Yasha. That's good. Let's use this. And Yashas. Let's go.
Alright, best wishes. Speed gigglers.
So I will be abusing Ichimonji quite a bit. Okay, what are you doing? Just because I used to use it a lot in order for AI manipulation, especially because in like the older patches, you could skip one of these. So like beast jump here, double Ichimonji, and you always have to parry afterwards, so there's no RNG involved in that.
Oh, I like that a lot.
this jump, double Ichimonji, and especially like the jumping, like the problem is if you did want to skip over this phase, which you can't do anymore, you have to keep him active. And double Ichimonji, even if he faced away from you, pretty much turned him towards you, which didn't make him proc totally spear out.
I'm excited to see you dash forward on his one jump sweep attack where he goes backward. I don't see very many people do that, and that's what I do, and I love it.
It's a bit sketchy because you have to, like here, just attack twice, like don't attack more than twice. And then you have to, it has to be calculate R1s because...
That was a very good spear phase.
Yeah, because if you spam R1 and he happens to jump backwards, you can't dodge that anymore.
Nope.
Nope, let's see, this is... I was talking about one misstep and I'm dead.
It's alright, we got a res. Hopefully we can get some good lightning RNG here. Nice.
Nope, not nice. I hesitated. Oh. Hesitation is defeat.
Way too true. That's okay. We get to see it again.
Okay, chat. You guys up for round 2?
She's just teaching you what not to do.
I'm trying to teach you guys how to do this fight correctly.
I was a little worried that when you were going up for that lightning in the by the cliff, it actually pushes you back slightly, and I fell off the cliff one time grabbing the lightning.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I've only fallen off if I happen to like jump on his head.
Yep, that's happened to me.
Okay, aggression, let's go. Unfortunately, I have absolutely no sugars anymore, so it's like a bit monkashy, but... This is such a long fight now.
I actually did, I did this fight with no upgrades for attack power or with beads, and it took, on average, I think that fight takes like 16 to 20 minutes. It's painfully long, but it's a fun way to do it. Sort of.
Double Ichimonji every single time.
It's definitely a skill that I have not incorporated whatsoever, and watching you use it, I'm like, ooh, I think I know what I'm gonna be doing.
It's so good.
It is.
I know. Oh god, I parried and then oh my god.
Don't panic. We're in full control of the situation.
We're fine. I think I dodged too early.
Yeah, the timing on that is a lot more precise than it looks. It's really easy to get ahead of yourself in this fight, actually.
Okay. Oof, 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 oof.
There we go. Alright.
Oh god, why is he
I
outside?
There's some lightning.
This is scary. This is scary. Man, I don't do any damage. Give me more lightning.
One more.
Yes.
Nice. That's perfect. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful work, Sayvi.
So much more stressful than
I was
everything
gonna
else.
say, is your heart racing? I love that about this fight, though. It's really nice that you still have to concentrate. It's a refreshing thing. And
Yeah.
you did great. Good work.
It's definitely like one of the fights that if you can do it like kind of perfectly or perfectly, it's so rewarding.
It is. Yeah, oh man, doing this for damageless was unlike anything I've experienced. The nerves at that point is just, it's really unparalleled. Yeah, GG's.
Okay, time to. Do we have enough time to watch the cutscene or?
We might as well. I think we have enough time.
It's not that long. Okay. Oh, well, it's time now. Okay, so this is again the Immortal Severance. We did Purification last time, so there's a different cutscene than we've seen last Sunday. A bit sad, so for the Purification, we actually kill ourselves. Here, not really. Sure, ending, we go crazy. But yeah, F for Kuro in chat, please.
Our entire goal to keep him alive, and unfortunately, this is how
we
it
failed.
ends.
Oh, true, we only saw Shura ending because we didn't watch the cutscene.
Giggle percent is over.
It's such a sad scene.
It really is. What about the secret ending?
I actually haven't done the fourth ending. It's bad.
I haven't done Purification. I've only done Shura and IS. That's what happens when you start grinding out certain runs. You just it takes so much of your focus.
And that was it. So everyone in chat who's not played this game yet, do it. It's really good. Have lots of patience. You need lots of patience for this. But if you die 400 times, if you die 500, 600 times, does not matter. It's an awesome game. So I do recommend playing this.
It really is incredible. And I think a lot of people kind of went into it with, it's From Software. So
yeah.
You're thinking Dark Souls, right? And I think going into it with that perspective is actually not the best way to do it because the mechanics and just the game in itself is entirely different.
Yeah, definitely. But it's more like Blood. It's not really like Bloodborne, but it's that's like the best comparison.
I entirely agree. I would say Bloodborne is the most analogous in terms of any Soulsborne game, in terms of the speed and the aggression of the combat. But I would say overall, the satisfaction that you derive from this game and being able to pull off perfect deflections and just I don't know, certain boss fights, I really love that about this game. It's really wonderful.
Okay, I think if you guys want to watch my stream, we both actually stream. I still speedrun because I have another marathon next month. Brie also streams. She's doing Dark Souls 3 at the moment, but if you guys want more content this direction, definitely can say hi at some point.
Yeah, definitely stop in and say hello. I just recently started doing speed runs. This was actually my first category I run. My roots are actually in no hitting and damageless runs. So if you're interested in any kind of challenge runs, that's primarily my focus. But Sayvi is the professional speedrunner, so
professional.
Someone I look up to a lot.
But yeah, I hope you guys have a great day because today we're gonna have quite a few more speedruns for Frame Fatale, so I hope you guys will stay here and watch the next speedrun. So enjoy.
Have a nice day, everyone.